I think maybe to add on what Sheikh is saying, because look at the issue, because the Bible also clearly says, fear of God is the beginning of the wisdom. So if there's not that fear, there's not that wisdom, there's not that integrity, there isn't. And no wonder Solomon was asked, what do you want me to do for you?
And he said wisdom, and God was so pleased.
He was so pleased.
Yeah.
But today, even you ask
Money.
me today, what do you, I'll go for poshy things.
Yes,
So
yes.
we need to go back to the roots
Yes.
of our teachings, of our religion, and be able to guide us.
Yeah. Okay. Just as we are closing, because time is not on our side, unfortunately, do you think there's anything positive about secular parenting?
For me, maybe, because for me, I believe on the scripture, on the biblical teaching. Because
so as long as we mirror.
there's that integrity.
Okay.
There's integrity, there's that wisdom, but are we doing the right? On the secular, where are we copying from?
Yeah.
Because there must be something, there must be a manual that guides you.
Okay.
So if you come to Christianity, there are manual that guides you how to live.
Yes.
But you go to the secular, where is the manual that will guide you? Will you give your children read this? There isn't. So there is no basis about the secular. Yeah. We are just trying to modernize ourselves and saying we are in this secular way.
Yes, we are in this secular way.
Yeah.
So for you, Sheikh,
Yes.
what values do you believe every parent should have, secular or religious? Especially for those of us who have completely chosen that they're going to do it the secular way. What values must they instill, as they wait to join or as we hope that they come back to religion?
No, there are those values which are so basic.
Yeah.
When we talk of honesty and, truthfulness and so many other.
Yeah.
It's very important that because we know even through our teachings, how much you find how much detested, lies and dishonesty has been in our religions or in our books. So it's very important because I believe when we start with honesty, from what you say, from your actions and any other thing, that's the most important value that you can carry. And then there are others. Yeah. There are others, but this is the most important. And I just wanted to pick a shift on this.
Okay.
Because some of the parents who are running away from, religious, from religion, is that maybe they have had some experiences that were not pleasing.
Yes.
Yeah, in the name of religion. And their good number. And they get to a point where they are like, I think if I go this way, it's better. If you look at the Global Integrity Index, you find that most of the countries which seem to be atheist and have abandoned, religion, especially in Europe, where you go in a service, you only find people over 60. A couple, a handful.
With beautiful churches.
Very
beautiful
big, historical.
Mosques, yes.
Yeah, exactly. You find because millennials are no longer attending those services. Gen Zs, they're in another world. In fact, the other day I found that, someone saying, nowadays I don't go to church. If I want any, a word of wisdom, I just, chat with ChatGPT.
Oh, okay.
ChatGPT has become their pastors and imams. So, and then you find that these are the countries with the highest integrity level. And this is where we've gotten to a point where we are like, when I was coming today, we meet at 10 and you're like, is it African 10? Or, this is the point that we've gotten to.
Yes.
So, and you find that if a European tells you that something, you will have their word. But in the contrary, it has become, something else. And now that's why you found people running away into secular. You'll hear of, I don't know, humanity. People are also, becoming atheists. The other day you had, I don't know if I am allowed to mention names. Someone say they don't believe in the heaven and hell.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
someone
very
Prominent
popular,
person.
Yeah.
in this country. And where are we heading? Yeah, it's not about because this person does not believe they are honest. Even for us, we are taught,
Yeah.
if you do good and you do not believe, Allah will reward you here on earth. Okay?
Yeah.
But in the day of judgment, you won't have any. You'll have nothing. So once you believe and you do good, now then you'll have double.
Yeah.
And eventually,
Here and there.
here and there.
Oh, that's
Exactly.
beautiful. That's
Yes.
beautiful. Yeah, for the parents who are listening to us, they need to know that judgment is here and there. It's not
Exactly.
only there.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I
It's,
think maybe just what shaking, maybe just making that, because the topic becoming more of gist, more of where I need
Yes.
to. I know it's about young, these Gen Zs. We are all Gen Zs, the
Yeah.
alphas. We do not value of going to church, going to mosque, because we have the gadget, the technology.
Yes.
Why do I wake up in the morning at 7 to go to church, or at maybe 9 to go to mosque? Because I know I'll use my digital, my phone, or I look at the TV and see everything. But look at this, when we communion together, it increases our values. It instills integrity in us.
it does.
But when you look at your digital, who is instilling in you? When you have a problem, will you, for example, let me use an example as a church. You have an issue, you want your priest to pray for you, or you want an imam to visit you. Will the phone speak to you? So those are the things we need to look at as a parents, where we bring our children.
Yeah.
Because this issue about the LGBTQ,
Yeah.
it will affect us mostly. Because God did not do mistake creating a man and a woman. He knew what's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
And where our children are going, because we're not giving them the right values. And the only right values, you'll find them from the Bible and from the Quran.
From the books.
Those are the books that we need.
Unfortunately, I know we are running out of time.
Yes.
But this is now where the conversation is beginning.
Yes. I don't know if someone is already there. They say we just continue because the person who is supposed to be here is not here.
Oh, okay, no
Yes.
problem. So, but what I wanted to add on what Reverend has said,
Yeah.
as much as we are running away from religion,
Yeah.
but we are still religious. When we are using public means,
Yeah.
when to commute, in the morning, most of the vehicles, they are playing gospel music.
That's true.
Okay? Now,
And they have rosaries and
rosaries and you need,
exactly.
even the graffiti, you'll see,
I agree.
there are a lot of, pictures, to show that there is a religion that
yes, the people are subscribing to.
yeah, they're subscribing to a faith.
Yeah.
And then you find that because we've chosen not to be communal, to do things on our own.
Yeah.
But when you want to graduate,
Yeah.
when you're graduating, that's when we start looking for a pastor around or an imam around
You're right.
to come bless the
service, yes.
the service,
Yes.
And when we are born, even look at our life, when you're getting married.
Yes.
As much as you'll go, wherever you will go,
Yes.
but we must have a pastor there to bless the union.
Yeah.
You'll have an imam to bless that union. When we die eventually, there must be someone to...
For the last ride.
For the last rites. So I really don't know what we are really running away from. But in the reality, even in some instances, during birthdays,
Yeah.
we call them. We start inaanza na maombi vizuri. Pastor akiondoka akienda, haya machupa zina vuruto zinaekwa. So, but we are that religious. But saying that we are running away, and that's why also in our religion we are taught. We are told udkhulu fi silmi kafa. Just practice the religion completely. We should not be choose and pick. You are choosing
When
where
I
you
want
want
this, I
because
go
it
towards
favors
this.
you pick it, and like that. And this is where also our children are learning from. Because today I go with them to the church or to a mosque, and then later in the day I'm chewing mirror or I'm in a club. Or they say, okay, this is what our parents are doing.
Yeah, it must be a good thing to
definitely.
do.
One of the studies shows that at least 70% of smokers, they take that habit from their parents. So if you're a religious family, definitely these children are more likely to be religious.
They pick from you.
They pick it from you. And if there are people abusing drugs, definitely that's how they end up.
Let me ask you something, Sheikh.
Yes.
We have looked at places that parents pick this secularization, and I know we have said they want to identify and they don't want anyone to come at them and say, but you didn't do the right thing. But we have not mentioned the place that, and we've also mentioned that Christians are not mimicking what God wants us to do. For example, you've given us the analogy of people from Europe who are not very reliant on religion being very well behaved compared to some of us Africans who are heavily religious. But then as we point towards Christian, I want us also to talk about religious leaders who are not giving us. I understand from Christianity we say that the person at the top of religion, the leader, is the one who is most sought after by the devil. But then how do we handle religious leaders being the ones who are leading the sheep astray?
And that's the most unfortunate thing, and I think you have the answer, because religious leaders are more sought by the devil. And in some instances, I think some of religious leaders have failed religion, because I've said there are people who have had those bad experiences through religious leaders. But at times, whereas we concentrate on individuals, we'll get to lose it. Simply because the religion is there. If you are able to point out something that some of the teachings from the scripture that are not right, I think that's the point where we can say, I think this religion is leading people astray. But because of a mistake of an individual, we cannot blanket
That's wrong focus.
That's very wrong. Yeah, that's very wrong. And this is where at least people have been able to pick, where they got up to a point where they were able to speak out. They spoke out and they shared all these experiences, and they're like, I think religion has a problem. And now this is what informed most of them to not to be religious. And also in comparison with the Europeans and especially with the people from the West, why would we say that they have those values, the level of integrity? Because that's how they raise their children.
I just had a bingo moment.
Exactly. Maybe what about the religious being not the leaders. I think especially Christianity, when you look at the book of Timothy, speaks about who a leader is supposed to be. Respectable, not a drunkard person, not a many, all those qualities. But I know there are a lot of leaders from the church ground or Christian who are doing wrong things, but not all they are doing the wrong. There are few who are doing the wrong, who are not following what the scripture says. Because selfishness, I want to gain. Because Christ says, for him, those who follow him, they lose. But when you lose, you gain in Christ. But when you look at our churches and everything, yes, we are doing wrong. I know there are leaders who are doing wrong, not following what is supposed. That will not give someone to go a wrong way. Because when you say, oh, this priest is a drunkard, so also me, I'll go and do drinking, so I'll do what they're doing. You are leading your children.
You can just simply say, in every marketplace,
there's a mad person.
There's a madman, exactly.
And also when you look at that, we say, monkey see, monkey do. So whatever my child will see me doing, don't expect to be different. They'll do the same thing. If I'm a thief, the child will say, I'm a thief. Nowadays, don't say exactly. You say corrupt. If you're corrupt, because you are changed from thief. The Bible said do not steal. What are you saying today? You find me in a mistake, he has frauded. You just put a name. Corrupted.
What we say and what is that you stick to the teachings. What are we taught in our religion? And the good thing is that when we are raising our children, the first instance, we say mother is the first teacher. And secondly is when we take them to the madrasa. At least they are able to be taught to know their religion, their akhlaq, their morals and their values and so on. They are instilled at an early age. So that, even if later in life someone comes and tells you it's like this, you already know, you have an idea. Yes.
You already have an idea of what it should be.
Yes.
Now, I just want to lean a little bit on, when we are raising children, and as a parent, I am religious and I follow religion, but my child identifies with that community because, we have children being raised by what is innate in them, and then we have the society forming what a child becomes. How do I help my child as a parent when the child, is absorbing all this that is coming from the environment because it is the norm?
Yeah, because if you play your role as a parent,
Yeah.
how you raise your child, definitely there is no way the society, someone from outside, would come and, and influence them otherwise.
Yeah.
There's this Swahili saying, I don't know how you understand it, asiyefunzwa na mamaye hufuzwa na ulimwengu.
Yeah.
But the meaning here is that once you fail as a parent to raise your child, definitely the society takes up that responsibility. So if as a parent you play the role the way it should be, there's no way the community
is gonna
out there
influence
can
that.
come and influence.
Do you agree with that?
I think that's the reality, because look at, you may teach your child from the age 0 to age 18 because he's an adult or she's an adult.
Yeah.
Then she goes to a campus or she goes to a working place. You meet their colleague, they say, we can have one, we can go and drink and go at night. Because in that home, the word was not, you should not go out and drink. This child will say, for us, we don't do this. Because they are values, they have been taught. But if you don't teach them, go to campus, they find their buddies, they move around, they do whatever they hear. Your child is doing this. This is not part of us because they are not being taught. And I normally tell people there's things that we need to value more. The name you have and your character. Your character will speak. Even if I move here to go to US today, my character and my name will go before me.
Okay.
Because they say, there's Pastor Reverend James Obuye is coming. Where has he been serving? In ACK, Anglican Church. So they already the name, they know. If I'm a thief, they already read. That's why you see most of the preacher or most of the pastor, they go to a news station, they already known.
Yeah.
They're saying, this one, watch him very carefully. Because of what? The name and the character.
Oh, yeah. So the character goes before you.
Before you.
Okay.
So as the children need to know, as much as we have been taught, but there's that name of the surname. It is allowed, it is in the society. So those are the things that they need to look at.
I think that brings me to the next question. We say that what is fueling secular parenting is technology. And we've had instances where children are raised well, but then they get themselves in deep religious, I don't want to call it religious, but how people teaching them extremism. So what do we say about technology? What would you say about the way technology has influenced what children are becoming today and how we can balance as religious people?
In the first place, it's very difficult to say whether it's a failure from the parents or some of those drivers that, make most children to end up being radical extremists or violent extremists. Simply because even just looking by picking out names, the likes of Salim Gishangi, the one who was involved in Dusit, looking at him, okay, he came from a broken family. Okay? So that's one of the driver.
Yeah.
There is another one who was seen in Congo. He was nicknamed Congo or Turkey. He was Chotara or a Turkey. This came from a well-off family. You wouldn't say that they had financial difficulties or they were struggling financially. And this person was an A student. So, if you look at these two, you wouldn't say what the drivers might be.
Okay.
But at times, it may also come from the child himself, maybe looking for a sense of belonging. Yeah, maybe they are not being recognized here. They want to be somewhere where they feel that there's recognition and so on, and so many other reasons. Again, why have the violent extremist groups used religion? Simply because I've said you cannot question religion. So if I come here and I tell you that God says in the Quran this and that, that will be something very easy and for any other person.
So easy to believe. Actually, many
Very
Christians have
easy
used
to
it
be-
to steal from
yeah,
people.
simply because I misinterpret.
Yeah.
I misinterpret. But again, you know that also moved
Mm-hmm.
because what now we've been seeing recently is that people were being, converted to Islam
Yeah.
simply because they don't have the background. So that when they are being taught Islam, what they are taught is
Comes
these
out as truth.
extreme narratives
Yeah.
that are instilled in them,
Yeah.
and they end up, being extremist.
Okay.
So that's now to answer your question.
Yeah.
It's also the technology has been used a lot, and most of these people, they are very smart. They are so much ahead of us in terms of technology, and when it comes to misinterpretation of religion and all that, they are so much persuasive. They are very charismatic and stuff,
Very.
and they know what the youth want.
Yeah.
They know what these young people want, and that's why they can easily, recruit people and radicalize them and eventually recruit them into violence extremism. So in most of the times, it's not that the parents that have failed on their part,
Yeah.
but the failure is when I don't know what my child is doing. Because once I buy my child a phone, I must know who are they talking with, what are they talking about,
Yeah.
and all these things. And I really like saying one thing, and this is a challenge to parents. We have a story of Yusuf, that's Joseph in the Quran, and when he dreamt about the sun, the moon, and the 11 stars. The first person he came to narrate that dream was his father.
Yeah.
And my question is, when anything happens with our children, who is the first person
They run to.
they run to tell them? So simply because they know this, that's when now these recruiters can easily come and get hold of our children.
Yeah. I think that speaks so loudly, especially to parents who are raising teenagers, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe just on what Sheikh say about the technology. Technology is good. It's helping us a lot. But we should not misuse it.
We should not misuse
it.
Okay.
What we need to do, there's no connection between the teenagers and the parents.
Yeah.
That connection is not there. And that's why Sheikh is saying about the story about Yusuf and Joseph in the Bible.
Yeah.
The dream. There are connection.
Between the parent and the child.
But nowadays, there's no connection. Because you don't know your teenager today has eaten what, where. You're only waiting for him to come and knock at your door. Then you open. You don't question, where have you been? Where are you coming from? What time is it? You don't know. So there's not that connection. Whatever he does at the day activities, you are not even to follow up. The same thing happened to school. When I grew up, my parents' school, when you come back, they take the books. They check, has teacher marked? If you are not being marked, they ask you, why was it not being marked? Have you done the homework? But today, no parents looks at the report card, no parent looks at even going to school.
Oh, so, I sat in a meeting, sorry to interrupt you, and someone said there are parents who choose school from the internet. They Google, then they look at the compound from the photos that have been uploaded, and then they send a message and say, please send me the account, and they pay fees, and then the child will be reporting the child is taken to school by a driver.
Now pick that parent, and now pick the child. The child has grown up.
Yeah.
He has become a parent. Will he have any value to teach the children? Will not be there. So those are the challenges we are saying that we need to check and we need to work on those.
Yeah.
As parents, we know there are good parents, there are bad parents. We should not say that the parenting has an issue. That those who are bring the bad vices to the parenting element. That those teenagers who are bring bad vices to being the teenagers, even the Gen Zs, that those who are doing good, we applaud them and saying thank you for what they're doing.
Yeah.
But those who are doing the vices, they need to go back to do. They do not say that we are in the circular. Why the circular?
You don't agree with
we
that.
are not. We are human. We're in this vacuum, in this space, we're in this earth. We must protect our earth. We must protect where we live. We must protect our neighbors. Because if my child is doing something wrong, let me be able to protect that he not influence the neighbor.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to do as a Christian, as a as a parent and a family.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the value of the family.
We need to go back to the family values.
That's the only thing. The family values will guide us a lot.
Will guide us.
Yeah.
Now, as we close, Reverend, what would you like to tell parents, especially those who are struggling with, balancing secular parenting but they're religious, or those who have completely walked out of religion and are relying on secular parenting?
I think for me, I just want to thank those parents. I thank every parent because one to allow to be called parents. Mm-hmm. That's the first thing I just say thank you for them because they're already called a parent.
Yeah.
The second point is now to take a step of honoring the value of being a parent. And the value of being a parent is to teach your children to grow and have them the values that when they grow, they'll be able to teach their generation.
Yeah.
Because when you teach their children very well, they'll be able to teach other children and the society. Let's not spoil our society because it starts by a family. From the family becomes the community. From a community becomes a society. From a society becomes a country. So whatever we teach from the small beginning, it comes to the society, comes to the country. So those values, it's more important to us. And I know there are parents who are struggling. There are parents who are asking themselves, how do I raise up my child?
Yeah.
Maybe mwingine anasema huyu amenishinda kabisa. Sometimes mtu anasema huyu ameshinda nimeachia Mungu. So umeni that wewe kufaenda mbinguni. It's about to bring them together. Hata kama amekushinda, there's someone who can talk to.
Yeah.
Kama amekushinda, there's a sheikh here. Go to sheikh and say, sheikh, huyu mtoto nimejaribu. Can you work with him?
Yes.
Can the children have their mentors? Because if they have a mentor, you'll be able to guide. Because a parent cannot be a mentor of this child. You'll not follow. But if your child comes to Sheikh and says, Sheikh, I want you to be my mentor, Sheikh will be able every time to ask him, umeenda shule, unafanya nini, uko wapi? To question those. And those are the things we need to do in our society. And we know do those will have the integrity in our society. Tutakuwa na country nasema corruption imeko juu. Those will not be there. Yeah.
Because we'll have instilled the values.
Instill the values.
Yeah. What about you, Sheikh? What would you
tell? I just tell parents that choices have consequences, and their choice to have kids, they should bear the consequences.
Of being a parent.
For being, and again, it's not the teachers that will shape those values. Yeah, without them approving what they've been taught by teachers, that is null. And for teachers, they are working. Yeah, they are waiting for a payslip. They are. But for you as a parent, you know what you want your child to be tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah.
I like how we have ended. I want to reiterate what Sheikh and Reverend has said. You cannot run away from your role as a parent. And as much as it may be difficult or you may be facing various challenges here and there, please do not give up on your child. You can give up on any other thing, but not your child. So this session today is emphasizing the fact that it is important for us to rely on religious values to raise our children because they form the mesh that will hold the society tomorrow, and our children will be the leaders of tomorrow. See you. Bye.